Hello and welcome to my class, Inking with a Nib. My name is Gisela, I live in Brazil. I work with illustration, manga and comics in general. Today I'm gonna show you how to use a nib for inking. So let's go. First of all, you're gonna need clean water, a cloth, ink, nib, and the body of the nib. I'm gonna show you some kinds of nibs you can use. This is the kinds of nibs I have here with me, and they are the most common in Brazil, and usually I use them for my work. But at your town or city or country, you may find another kinds of nibs. So find something you comfortable with, and it's fine. It doesn't matter really. These are some nibs I have. Hero Leonard 700. It's a very small nib, good for delicate lines and hatchings. Zebra G, the #1 pen from Manga. This is the nib I use mostly. It's good for thick and thin lines and hatchings. Hero Leonard 41, good for curved lines. And the general nib, which is the most common nib you're gonna find. The body of the nib is very important too. So here we have two kinds of bodies. This one is wood, and usually they are very beautiful, but we don't really use this for inking because we need water. And then when you put it in the water, after some time it's gonna be all rusty over here and you're gonna lose your body nib. So this is mainly used for calligraphy, so when you don't need water at all. So you're gonna prefer this kind, which is this one is a Koh-i-Noor 3322 body. It's plastic, made of plastic, so it's nice, right? Okay. There are some brands I use, which are Talens, Winsor & Newton, and Koh-i-Noor. All of them are okay, they're good. Try to find a good ink where you live, and it's okay. Paper is very important too. So you're gonna need a very smooth paper. So, don't use when you're doing inking with a nib, especially. Don't use a paper which is too rough, because you're gonna need the nib to flow. So you're gonna have long lines, cross hatching, and you need it to flow. So smoother the paper, better for you. I have some brands I use, and they are very common in Brazil. But if you cannot find these papers, there's no problem. Find something that is smooth and is a little thick, not too thick. You don't need that thick, but not like a print paper. Okay, that's all about materials. Let's move on. Well, this is the pen I'm gonna use today. This is Zebra G, and this is the body. The way you do it, you just put it here and press it till it's very fixed to the body. All right? So this is the way you have to use your pen. So can you see this little hole in here? You have to use it upside. It has to be all the time upside, and you're gonna use this like this to make your lines and cross hatching. So let's start. You get your pen into your ink, and if you see, there is not much ink in here. So the hole up, and you're gonna do some parallel lines. This is the same as shadow, because when you're inking you have lines. So I don't have shades of gray, for example, as if we are shading something with a pencil. No, we just have lines. So for having shadows, I need parallel lines. So this is light, and then it's getting darker. Can you see it? So when I want a darker shadow, I will make the parallel lines closer on each other. And if I need a lighter shadow, they are going to be far one of each other. Okay? Oh well, but I need more. I need more shadow. I need darker than that. If you need darker than that, then you do lines, parallel lines, very close to each other, and then you cross it. These are the cross hatching. The thing is, you're never gonna do this. Okay, these are squared. I don't need that. I don't want that because it's ugly. It's like dirty in your drawing. You need this. They have to be like this. Can you see the difference? The angle you use is different. You cannot use 90 degree. No, never. This is wrong. This is pretty wrong. No. Okay? This is what you want. For the lines, when you're using a pen, you do a line. This is very thin. And when you need a thicker line, you pressure it a little. Well, like this. Thin, thick, thin, thick, right? When the ink is not going the way you want, maybe it's because your pen is dirty. So you clean it, dry it, get some more ink, and here you go. Okay? I am a mangaka. I work with Japanese comics. So today I'm gonna show you how to use your nib and to make inking on a manga illustration. So this is a image from Villain Saga, a manga from Makoto Yukimura. And I'll show you how to work with the nib inking, how to make thick lines, soft lines, and cross hatching especially, which is the most difficult of people when inking. Okay, let's go. If you're right-handed, so like me, you want to start from this side, from your left to your right. Otherwise, you're gonna put your hand on the wet ink and it's gonna to be a mess. So, I usually start with the lines. Thick and thin lines. And after that, I go to the cross hatching. When you need more shadow, you press your pen and you have thicker lines. When you need it more thin, more lighter, then you do not that much pressure. Eventually you clean your nib, dry it, and then fill it again and back with the ink. Some people say you're not allowed to turn your drawing, your paper, just doing like that to make it, so you have to turn your hand to do that. Well, I think when you're finished, no one is gonna know if you turn your paper or not. So if you need it, turn it. The result is important, not the way you did it. Not in this case. For the lines, the movement of your wrist is very important. Making sure you're drawing like this, not using just your fingers. Now that you finished all the lines, straight lines, now it's time to do the cross hatching. First thing you gotta know, there is a possibility of your hatchings get rough and they'll go, well, this is nice hatching, right? Sometimes you get lines interrupted when you're hatching. So the important thing to know is never try to make it right. If it does something like that, don't go over here and try to put it all together again, because it's going to be rough, it's going to be thick, it's not gonna match all the rest of the stuff. So if it fails like this, let it go, just keep on moving, okay? So let's do this. Try to make fast lines, thin lines, and very parallel lines. That's the secret of a good hatching. Here. Now, this illustration is very interesting for one reason. We have not just shadows in here, which I'm going to do with the cross hatchings, but we have also some dirty on his clothes. So the dirty is not going to be made by using the cross hatchings, but you just made a wrist finger movement, so you have it. It's very chaotic, I would say, lines. Okay, so notice the difference between the cross hatching, which are very parallel, and the dirty. Okay. Take a look the way I move my wrists or my fingers, depending on the kind of lines I have to make. Very long lines, you're gonna use your arm. Not so longer, you're gonna use your wrist. Small lines, shorter lines, you're gonna use your fingers. Well, this is what we got to now. Now let's move on and finish it. After finishing your drawing, you can erase it and clean it using a soft rubber. And here you go. After you finish your work, what you're gonna do, you get your pen, you clean it, take off all the ink on it, take it off, make sure it's very clean, dry it well, and keep it safe. I usually use this little box which comes inside the Kinder chocolate to put my nibs. So they are all inside of it, and this is very nice for protection of the nib. And that's it. Hope you have enjoyed this class. Waiting for the next. Bye bye. Thank you.